Welcome back. This round has us playing the leaders from day one, so this is a really important round. Every match point that we get off our opponents is worth 2 against this pair, and they were over a board ahead of us going into the day, so we'd really like to have a 75% round to catch up that ground. So the first board, I have this hand with this 5-4-2-2. My partner's pass and they open a weak 2-bid. Unfortunately, Joel and I have not discussed whether we play equal level conversion. Equal level conversion is this exact situation where if I double and Joel bids clubs, whether my 3 diamond bid says I have a really strong hand, or if it just says I made my takeout double and I'm converting it at the same level to 3 diamonds to say I had no interest in clubs, I just wanted to play diamonds or hearts. So we didn't know, but I felt like this hand was good enough that I would still make my takeout double. So our opponent jumped to 4 spades, and Joel made a responsive double. Now that was a very big the double was a pretty big surprise to me, because typically when my opponent makes a vulnerable against not 4 spade bid, they're bidding it because they think they can make. So my guess is now, because partners showed me values, that they have a pretty distributional hand. Now, it's important to note that Joel's double here, we play responsive doubles, and yes, this is a responsive double. He does not promise a perfect takeout bid in this situation. I've overcalled, and it's his responsibility as my partner just to say, hey, partner, I'm here with you. I've got some points. And so anytime he's got 8 to 10 or 8 to 11 points, the best hand he could have for his pass, he's got to make a noise, because if he doesn't, then I'm just going to pass out the hand and not know it, thinking that DiMartino is the one with all the strength. So since he doubled, I have a pretty good defensive hand. There's no real reason for me to go to the 5 level when I've got all these aces and no extreme distribution. The ace doubleton of spades, it really lends itself to a pass. So I pass the double, and the opponents are vulnerable, and so getting 2 down would be excellent. And I think even 1 down, it's possible we don't have a game. So now it's my turn to lead, and I love having the ace of spades, because if I lead my doubleton club and I'm not able to get an immediate ruff in clubs, at least I'll have the timing to get in with the ace of spades and perhaps get my ruff a later time. So I chose to lead the 8 of clubs. For me, it was between a club or a trump. So dummy hit with, as we expected, a distributional hand. We've attacked their best suit, but at least since they had such a strong suit, it's not clear that we really wanted to take the trumps away from dummy. So on the king, Joel played the 6. We play upside down, count and attitude, and he has played the lowest spot. So I'm confident that he's got the ace. Joel was able to work out that I had a doubleton because of my takeout double. It just seemed like I didn't have a singleton club. So now Declare started leading hearts, and they roughed it. So now I see that they're going to be able to do a lot of cross roughing. So after roughing the heart, he roughed a diamond, and he roughed a heart, and he roughed a diamond. This is not so much fun. It's getting old quickly. He roughed a heart, and he roughed a diamond. So it looked to me from Joel's playing up the line in diamonds that Declare's distribution was 6-0-4-3. So we know Declare's got 1 more diamond and 2 more clubs. So at this stage, Declare played the queen of clubs, and Joel won the ace and gave me a ruff. So now it's just, there was nothing much to do. I cashed my ace of diamonds because I knew it was good. And Declare, knowing that I was on lead, claimed 1 more trick for 2 down and a great score. So on the second board, it went pass, and I passed, and it went a club, pass, a heart. Just to talk about me not opening the bidding, I have 11 points, balanced hand. As I've mentioned before in the videos, I'm really not a fan of opening balanced 11-point hands when I'm vulnerable. This hand has no aces. I don't like it at all, so it wasn't close for me to open the bidding. But now, after it went pass, pass, a club, a heart, I felt I had a perfectly good takeout double. I don't like to make takeout doubles with 4-4 on the unbid suits, but in this case, I'm only making a takeout double at the 1 level. I have some nice strength. I have the king of hearts behind the 1 heart bidder. I really feel like it's safer to bid now than balance if they raise to 2 hearts. So I'm going to get in the bidding right now. So now they did raise to 2 hearts, so I'm happy about the action, and partner again made a responsive double. Now this responsive double here, obviously if Joel had 4 spades, he would just bid 2 spades. And so it sounds to me like he's only got 3 spades, he's probably got 2 or 3 hearts. Given that he could have just bid 3 diamonds himself, so even if he has 4 diamonds, he's very likely trying to get to the 4-3 spade fit. That's the only thing he could be trying to accomplish with his double. Perhaps that, or maybe if I pass the double. So with my hand, I really like the idea of just settling into a 4-3 spade fit. It only needs to take 8 tricks, and I have a very good hand for playing a 4-3 fit, it seems. So I just bid 2 spades. Now my opponent bid 3 hearts, and I obviously was not going to compete in my known 7-card fit, so I let them, and there was no real reason to double, because I feel like we've done a very good job of pushing them up to 3 hearts, and I don't really think we're necessarily going to beat them. It looks like it's their hand. So it's my lead, and as much as possible, as you've seen so far, I'm a big fan of the safe opening leads. In this case, I felt like the safest opening lead was the King of Diamonds. So the King of Diamonds saw a very strong dummy come. In fact, a dummy that perhaps he was very, very close to jump raising his partner to 3 hearts over the takeout double. And he didn't do that, so he certainly had a normal hand to compete to 3 hearts. So on the King of Diamonds, my partner is probably going to give me suit preference. Since there's no future in diamonds, they're not going to give me an attitude signal, and I don't really need to know their count. So partner's going to show me where their high cards are. So the King went 3, and my partner played the 8, a high diamond, leading me to believe that they have at least the Queen of Spades, but perhaps the Ace or even Ace Queen. So now Declare played the Queen of Hearts, and it's important to notice this heart holding. King 10 Doubleton. It's very important that you play in the same tempo with King 10 Doubleton here as you would with Singleton King, because Declare is going to be most likely on a guess for whether to finesse into you with the 10 or to drop your 10. So it doesn't matter whether you do it slow or fast, it's just important that you do it the same speed with the King 10 Doubleton as you would with a Singleton King. So I played an in-tempo King, and it went Ace. Now Declare started playing the clubs from the top. He played the Ace, followed with the King, and now we see that Declare's intending to take a roughing finesse in clubs. Joel did not cover the Queen of Clubs, and Declare got to throw away a spade loser. So it's not such a great start for us, but we'll see how it continues. So now Declare played the 9 of clubs, and knowing I was going to potentially overruff, Declare threw away the Jack of Spades. So at this stage, we know a lot about Declare's hand. Declare's got 2 spades, 2 clubs, and probably 5 hearts and 4 diamonds. They may be 5-4 the other way. But Joel knows that Declare has only got one thing in mind, and that's trumping diamonds and dummies. So now Joel played back a heart. And now Declare was, in fact, in his guess position, where he actually had Queen, Jack, 5th of hearts, and had to decide whether Joel had 3 of them, or if I have 2, if they're 2-2. So Declare thought for a while, and eventually played low and let me score my 10, and was only able to trump 2 of his diamonds and dummy, leaving us with a diamond trick in the end. So minus 170 was a very good score. We might have put, if I let a spade, we could have put Declare to that same guess for the same number of tricks, because he could have just thrown a diamond on the club instead of the spade. And so 170 seems like a pretty good score, and I'm really happy at that. When we left that table, I thought, okay, great, we picked up the ground we needed to pick up against the leaders. Thank you, and we will see you next time.